So I'm just coming up with ideas and different build types, and I'm like, and it dawned on me, I have a three-level scorer as a power forward. In my opinion, he doesn't have enough defensive ability. Now that's just because for me, when I first made him, I didn't. That was when the game first started. I didn't think badges meant as much. I'm like, my defense is fine enough. You realize as you're a power forward, you need defensive badges. Even better, like his three-point shot was amazing. He had good inside. He could actually somewhat dribble and I could handle the ball. But why did you need to do that as a power forward, right? When I joined the pro am, guess what I am? I'm the guy that takes whatever shot I have when I'm open. I do not handle the ball. Don't even try to handle the ball. So my three-level scorer made me mad. I stopped playing with him. As you can see, he's only on game 30. My scoring machine, my baby's on game 55. I haven't been playing my career. I'm sorry, it's not really like the bigger portion. Just like playing with the homies. So I'm thinking like, how could I make the same build but useful and fun for me to use, and just as well able to still take the position as a stretch. You're there to stretch the floor. You are there to take someone out of the paint. Now, as a power forward, I was like, I did make a stretch four, and I was like, but the issue wouldn't be the power forward in many cases. It's the center. It's the paint beasts out there. Like, there are power forward paint beasts, so I mean, having one is still like that, but as we're saying, it's taking that person out. So I was like, stretch four is cool. You can make stretch four. Most people have stretch fours. I don't personally like the stretch four's abilities when I'm using this build because he doesn't get enough defense. Now, I'll explain. This is the build that I'm going to make for you guys right now. It's the stretch five build that personally to me, defending badge and all, has a pretty decent shot. Good inside game as it has enough height to be a defensive person on the other end, so you're not getting dogged out for making your guy 6'9" so he can shoot. Let's not do that. Now the build of obviously we're going for a center. Personally, my number I choose is 41. That's my three-point shooting Dirk. Rest easy on his career because geez, man, that man was something to watch. But it's gonna be 41. Respect to Dirk. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna go with the shooting chart. Now, I know there are people that go with the shooting and defense chart. I have seen bigs that actually do have like the most glass cleaning locks that can shoot use this build. If they don't, I don't know how you shoot under a 50 or 60. But the reason why I don't want this build is because that 73 can affect your shot from time to time. If you get tired, it can affect your shot. If you've been missing a little bit, it can affect your shot. So like that 70s, if like your point guard is nice, or you have a floor general on someone or something like that, then it starts helping that three out. Even if you check on just the attributes for certain players, it'll show you the grade, and then you can check the attribute next to it. A 78 is about a B plus, so a 70 to me is a B minus. I don't trust the shot with the B minus. Now, yeah, you can freak it with badges, but you only get 17 or 18 badges on this one. So I don't recommend it. Now, the defense, yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's good defense, but just from how I've played with my power forward, I've played against bigs as a 6'10 power forward and still been able to get my rebounds, still been able to defend. So I was like, all right, so now how do I take that build out? And what I used to make my three-level score was this chart, and you'll see why. Now, this is the part where most people will agree that I'm going to get bullied in the paint. Technically, yes. Technically, no. I say technically, yes, because I'm not going to, well, refrain. I'll go, okay, we're going to check this out real quick. But this is the only way I'm going for strength. And as you can see, it hurts your vert. I don't personally like that, but I'm a center. Realistically, I have no need for vert. So hold on a second. Actually, while we're out here, and the 71 strength, I was trying to more so avoid being so stuck. Once I do the tweak, I'm going to check something. So we're just gonna, okay, I'm just gonna show you my tributes. But this is about where I went. I did want more speed because I wanted to get to the area faster. Now, personally, that's not there. But there's really no reason to. I would say there's no reason to go for strength, really. I mean, in this one, I guess, kind of. So I would say that I'm gonna check the 70 to give you the proper build. But when it comes down to speed, I want to get to my spot to make my shot faster. Now, you could go the full 30 shooting badges. I'm not going to lie. It's pain in the ass grind. And at the end of the day, really don't need it. I mean, yes, it'd be better to have like mad Hall of Fames, but that's not the purpose. The purpose of this build is to make sure that you're also still able to defend on the other end. Now with 150 points, I can, interior defense up, blocks up, defense round up, go lateral quickness, perimeter defense just in case you do end up on the perimeter, and then you notice that you have nothing left for your offensive rebounds. Do you really need offensive rebounds? Just because you're the center, yes. But because you're a stretch, no. So, you know what I'm saying? But this is what I do. I take out the post fade because realistically, I'm not going to post fade. It's not one of the things I do as a stretch anyway, because that would mean that I got into the post to pass the ball out. And honestly, I'd rather pop the three, pop a viddy. If I'm inside, dunk it. I'm not gonna ever really fade. I'd rather go for the hook sometimes than the fade. I feel like the fade is unblockable, but yet again, you're hurting yourself with the badges in there. I also will say that you don't really need the badges here either, but leave that for another one. Now, my whole plan for this build, which made this build kind of the way it was how I got. Alright. Now, it's technically how I got this build to 8. How did I get this build to 8? I think I did 8 defensive badges on this build. So, oh yeah, I took a hit there. I think I took a hit there. There we go. So, 9 finishing, 8 defensive rebounds, 1 playmaking. Anybody tells me why 1 playmaking? Because you're a center. I don't usually have the ball, so most moves that I would use with that, maybe post spin, don't really need it. Honestly, anything like break starter goal, I'd be like, there's no point in wasting all of those attributes to get 3 playmaking badges. That's the mistake I made with my 3 level score. I did that for playmaking. I don't have the chance to do anything playmaking. So why would I even do playmaking? No point, right? Alright, there we go. Maxing all that out, you'll also notice that this is why I say rebounding wise, you have to battle your rebounds, but my power forward has had less, and he's going to be shorter than this build. So I know for a fact I can do it. I'll tell you right now, you can do it. It's going to be difficult, but you'll be able to do it. Now, because you don't need as many finishing, I will tell you, you can take away and try to see if you can pop that thing up to 9. But I'm like, I don't think so. The only reason why I don't want to really touch anything else, like, you'll see why I don't want to touch the dunk and everything. But for this case, since it's not actually going to give me those, go to the lowest right here, 34. Okay, and I'll tell you right now, with the steals, don't worry about it. You still be able to get steals. I personally focus on a block because as a big man, you're gonna get chances to block. You know what I'm saying? So bang and actually, bang, bang. All right, so you get 25 shooting, 6 finishing, 8 defensive rebounds. In my opinion, if you're finishing as a center, yes, you can have more. It does help you out. But because of the fact you're not in the paint, you shouldn't have to worry about it unless you're really on a fast break. So come on, contact finisher, relentless finisher, consistent finisher, pro touch, something like that, you're fine. Me personally, I'm always a goal contact finisher. I just feel like you dunk better with contact finisher on. Anybody can argue with that fact. I'll still say the same thing. But this is the build. It's known as Stretch 5. It's a perfect build. Now, when it comes down to how you want to look, it's all on you. Everybody knows this. Everybody says it. I usually go built when I'm going big. And then I go 7-1. Now, I know it takes a hit to the mid-range. And I know it takes a hit to the three-point shot. It takes a hit to your perimeter defense, just like it does your lateral quickness and your steals. But hear me out. When you are 7'1", not to mention the fact that you become a better defender, but you, just because of that, I mean, like, that extra inch does add to the help. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm always like, I'd rather go 7'1", not to mention the fact, as I said, but your defense and lack of defensive rebounds, it's better to be taller. You might still get over-rebounded, but hey, look, that's when the defense comes into play. That's when you're a better defender. You got to be a better defender at that point. So, I also learned that, now it doesn't work for everybody, so there are certain builds for point guards that you are not going to be able to make any better. Like you can't do this when it comes down to a driving dunk. I've tried and it just sucks. But when it comes down to centers, power forwards, I've realized you can take off weight and get a point to your driving dunk. I don't think it goes higher than a point. Okay, it goes to 2 points. I'm not going to make a 215-pound center. It just wouldn't work. I can do 235, 238. It's like the lowest. That's when you get your driving dunk plus. 239, no. 238, you get your driving dunk add on, right? And I do this because you can get standing dunk animations. That is key because animations are key in this game. Like contact, if you've ever had any of the contact animations, you'll know when you are about to do it. And it's better, in my opinion, to do it that way. Now, I'm not going to do anything less than 238 because going lower than that just hurts my interior defense. Lateral quickness, yeah, it goes up 1 point. It's not much of a big difference. 238, perfect, perfect size. I would say. Now, for this part, this is kind of personal. If you want to have a longer wingspan for better blocks or rather better defense, I guess you can do whatever you want. Me personally, I go all the way down. I know it hurts my rebounding chances. You know, in this case, I might go to 89 point. I still want that 85 three ball. That's the main key is the 85 three ball. And then the rim protector badge. I mean, you can go spot up shooter if you, but for the lack of yet again defense and the ability to guard them in the weight category, I go defensive rim protector. With that, build is complete. You are now a stretch 5, 7'1". Now I do want to go test out that thing I was talking about switching, because the physical pie chart is only going to hurt me if it knocks me under 50. In my opinion, I'm like, if you're a 47 speed, you probably will get blown out by most centers. Cause I've realized that a lot of centers have a 60 speed. I don't think there's a center build that gets at it higher than that. I did make a Giannis build who's 76 at 6'10", so he probably has like a 69 speed at 7 foot, or 66 speed at 7 foot, somewhere around there. So, you know, that's a pretty big difference. Most slasher centers or paint B centers will blow past you, so you don't want that to happen. But when it came down to this, I wanted to see the difference in strength, because when I do this, even if it did focus in strength, the only one that really gets hurt is vert. Now, if I make it the balanced chart, same build. Now, where did that's where I messed up. It's like, where did I mess up? Okay, back to the now, if I make him 7-1, alright, so I actually would say that I'll go for this build. Does still work out, and you still get a 70 strength. Yeah, I would say honestly you can go for the balanced chart, and it should still give you the right. Now, yeah, your acceleration is going to be a 45, but I'm telling you now, you're a big man. Come on. If you really think you're going to be flying all over the court like Giannis, you better go check my Giannis build. That's the only way I'll give it to you. But, again, stress 5. And that would be the build. You know, comment, likes, all that, you know what I'm saying? Subscriptions, if anything. Be making more builds. I would test the build out for you guys, but I'm honestly about to use this build. So if I use this build, then I will definitely actually put previews on how I'm gonna build these badges, because but I'm probably gonna end up building this guy just to help out with the squads. I know putting him out there will get the centers out for most of y'all, and if you can get a competent stretch 5 who can play his position, and that's all that matters. Well, actually, I'll get to test out to see how fast he is. I don't really need Lob City since he's not really going to have any actual packages for it. Alright, I don't really use catch and shoot per se, but I know for big man, I feel like once a big man moves, he gets like a drawback or something, because I remember that's how it used to feel. There we go. And I'm a new fan of steady shooter. just for like if somebody is running down on you, because it does happen more often than not. People will run down on you, and it's just like holy shit. like oh my god, he came out of nowhere. Steady shooter kind of gets rid of that, and if it's off a catch and shoot, and that it's like it's a perfect combination. Let's go here. Break starter. And then this is where I would have to get my recommendations out. Those two badges are key. Now I'm like, when it comes down to it, yeah, it seems like, oh yeah, what about Worm and all that? You're not really going to be fighting people for a rebound. Tying yourself out doesn't work. If they get the rebound, that's where Rim Protector comes in. Now, I did technically do Intimidator on Silver on my build, and I go Pogo Stick on Bronze. But Pogo Stick, I would say if you don't miss, then alright. If you feel like you got enough defense all alone, you might actually. Brick Wall I just have for the draining and for people to get caught up in the animations. If they don't have uh, the Pick Dodger, yeah, they're going to get hit by that pick. And if they don't switch and they go back to their mans, that is an open 3 for you. You know what I'm saying? Personal. Now, when it comes down to teams, I've been kind of thinking about where to put this man's on. That would actually be a sick squad right there, considering the fact KD, Kyrie, Spencer Dinwiddie, I honestly would rather have as point guard. Ooh. No, I'm not going to do that. Debate. Oh, no. No. You know what? For Carmelo. Respect to the man. Alright guys, this is Stretch Build. I'm going to be coming out with another build eventually. I did make another Paul George one, but my goal has been to make all the stars possible. I did go for a LeBron build, but so many people have been doing it, and it is the same build. I mean, most likely, playmaking is going to give you your best LeBron chances. So, dang, and he lost to Jones. Horrible. Nah, get out of here. Now, I don't have steals, and as I said, I don't really focus on stealing as much because you could be able to steal off of 30. Like, you don't really need it. High steals are for when you're really trying to spam square. That is horrible, damn. That is horrible. Respect, though. Then, as I said, you're just gonna honestly set up yourself up, and you will be fine. Catch and shoot, pick and popper. I'm like, yeah, range extender. I'm like, and steady shooter for when they run down. It doesn't really matter. All those badges will pop up, and voila, you got real magic. Now I say I keep Green Machine just in case, you know, you get on a nice shooting spree. Dudes not gonna want to guard you. Well, I mean, they should, because if you're a stretch, I ain't guard up on that. But they should, because you're a stretch. But Dame Dollar. It's funny too, because the other game I had, he actually did that. Now you'll see the speed difference, but as long as you head back, and that's where Intimidator on Gold and Hall of Fame work better. I said I do like my pogo because I want my block shots. And he's keeping up. No, he's not. Banger. Now, I'm using Kevin Love's jump shot. Everybody knows you can use whatever jump shot you want as long as you actually got good timing on it. As you can see, my timing on it is horrible. But that's just for now, just as well. And I do also believe it's harder to hit greens with steady shooter on. That actually might be fair. Including when open. Yeah. Damn, Dame cannot guard Alec Burks. Man, I am not stepping up to that. Ooh, no. Now that's where I do. Asked for it at the wrong time. Oh, I wanted that block. Come on, Melo. Come on. Now, I do. That's the part where I will say, like as I said, you're not gonna be the defensive phenomenon that I would be with my like paint piece. I definitely do have a paint beast, and I'm like, no, I made a paint beast just because of the dominancy in the paint, almost like the remnants of Shaq. Fall down. Oh, it's over. Now, layup wise, he's not going to be that great. Dunk wise, he's probably not going to dunk on anybody off the drive, and then he will only do the standing dunk animations. And that might be a rarity, because even with it, you have a 75 standing dunk. I barely dunk with my 90 standing dunk, so like, it's like, yeah, it could happen. I do have putback boss on for like when that drawing happens, but you're not gonna be a defensive phenomenon. You're gonna be good defensively, like you'll be able to handle whoever. You can also spread them, so you're more a defender than a rebounder. Willie, just step back, damn, Willie. I mean, honestly, I feel like they be salty when you like use a build on them and then try to do it again. Like, but as I said, the potential for builds is all on really what you make it. And that's what I like to see, that we're going to go to dunks. A lot of people be like, oh, I still be dunking. I'm like, look, man, I actually want to dunk. I want to get my dunk in. You know what I'm saying? No tomorrow. I really wanted to be able to defend, which is the bigger part of why I made the build the way it was. I actually think I messed up on something. Hold on. And that would be my stretch build. Now, I'm going to check one last thing. I personally do still say, like, speed-wise, I'd rather have speed sometimes than strength. I'm not backing anybody into the paint. And if I'm not backing you into the paint and all I'm doing is boxing you out, I'm not sure. Like, speed's not really, I mean, not speed. Strength is cool when you're battling for the block, but truthfully, just maintain position, stay in front of the rim, you should be fine. I will personally probably go back to my other way about it. Um, I'm more mad at the fact that they really gotta do this to me. Like, that hurts. It really hurts, bro. What if I take one more? Oh, dang, son. I really thought I might have figured it out. Somehow, someway, I made that with 9, but how did I do it? Did I take the whole hit? I think I took the whole hit. But I want putback, boys. Oh yeah, go back. Alright, there we go. Now, I personally like this part of the build because it makes you faster to get to your spots, so I'd rather go for speed. Again, it really is about getting to your spots first. I think I remember how I did it now. Nope. Sometimes you know you did something, you're like, how did I do it? Nope. Now I would rather have, even though like he's never used the guard and perimeter, I'm like, having perimeter offense is kind of just better than not. Argue that with whoever you want to, but I'm just gonna tell you, like, I'm like, I'd rather have perimeter defense. I know it's not like, oh my god, yeah, but it's still better to have. Of course, 7-1, and as you see that 46 acceleration over the 40, I'm like, honestly, taking that hit and the strength and all that for an extra 3 speed, I'm gonna only say the reason why I'd want the 3 speed is because it goes to like a 57 after, so you'll be way faster and you'll be about normal par centers and yada yada. But go with the build as you like it. I'm just here to throw wisdom out there, and whenever it happens, it happens. But Wingspan, as I said, whatever you want it. Truthfully, you can go with an 83-point shot, still an A minus, still able to hit shots. As long as you have the badges correct, you're fine. But an 85 is definitely around an A to A plus, and that's the one where it would be like you can range shots when you want to. Um, as long as honestly, even without the badges. Now, if you care for your layup, you can upgrade your layup. You can do your drive, but I recommend this for the driving, for the standing dunk. Um, Contact animations. Uh, Very rare you're gonna need to use it, and when you do, it's more so gonna be a surprise. Like you're gonna rebound it and dunk on somebody and be like, "Oh yeah, I forgot I had that," because you're gonna be stretching the floor. When you want to run in. You got a 50 dunk. You'll most likely lay it up anyway. That's how 2K works. But that is the stretch build. If you do use it, like it, subscribe, whatever. I'll be dropping more build videos either sooner or later. Never know. Alright, till then, it's Dame, and I'm out.